So you're at 75 feet out, you're at the main line coming backward, is what you're telling me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Job number J-2025-0130-2. We're accessing the city main sewer, or the sewer lateral through the front building cleanout. We're looking at the flow of the city main sewer. Counter is at 76 feet on the screen. Going vertically up out of the city main sewer. Leveling out at 73, 72-ish, so about 3 to 4 foot drop.
Okay.
Pipe material here is 6-inch PVC, transitioning to 6-inch clay. We have a large spacer bushing on the end of the camera to elevate the camera head so we get a better view. Can't really see it well with this one, but basically water is sitting in the pipe up to this joint just before it transitions to this other color, and we'll see as we pull back the water gets deeper. So 65 feet is the downstream end of the pool. We can already see water sitting around here. If we push forward, we can see the waves. Again, going forward, we can see the water is there.
You said this is a 6-inch?
6-inch clay, yep.
Okay.
And we can see the water sloshing around on us.
Yeah. And there it starts.
Some grease buildup on the top. Hard to say what's behind that, but if we push, if the water level is getting a little deeper through here.
Where's that?
Right now the water level is deep enough that it covers the camera lens.
Okay. Okay, now it makes sense.
And now as we pull back on the upstream side of the pool, it tapers off to the upmost upstream point.
So you can see at roughly 45 feet-ish is where there's a dip.
Yeah, well, actually the dip technically extends here until the most upstream part of the pool, persistent pooling we'll call it. We can't see it very good right now unless we slosh forward, but
Yeah,
the water is sitting there.
Okay.
If there was pitch, there would be an empty pipe. And right around 36 feet was where the beginning of the dip is. So from 36 to 65, we have our pooling section. We're going to pause, run some water now to see how high the pool fills up. So I'm going to push pause. Currently we've turned on the laundry tub faucet to establish or evaluate flow characteristics. We can still see the upstream end of the pool here starting at about 36, so that remains relatively same. And as we go forward, we can see the water as it sloshes. You can see some grease build up at that joint, and we can see how wide the water sloshes around. Up in the distance, we see some grease build up on a joint, but as we approach that section, it's hard to see there because we're underwater.
Size, right.
And we can also see some solids starting to hang out in the water in this area. And this tracks all with what we snaked. We reestablished our drain flow somewhere between 30 and 45 feet, which is right around this area. So the solids were certainly accumulating right in this vicinity, right where the dip happens to be. And again, we see we're in the deepest section. Solids are floating around. Water's starting to taper out a little bit. See some grease build up at that joint. See the water level is still present. See how the waves are happening right up until this upcoming joint right there. So that's our downstream
That's where it
crest
goes
point.
vertical.
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm going to push pause again to shut off the water. Now we're passing back again one more time through our dip section. Right now we're skipping across the thinner part on the downstream end. We're in our deeper section. Solids floating around. Tapering back out to the upstream side. .36 is where our upstream point is. We can see the rapids. From here on back we have empty pipe on the bottom. Going up our main cleanout Y. Access is through our building cleanout by the water